Okay, here's the video describing in detail what I did to create those Lichtenberg patterns. So this is just a vacuum chamber. You can see it's probably around 1/2 inch. Let's see, that's in millimeters. Let's go to inches. Yeah. Of acrylic, 1/2 inch of acrylic, and that's on every wall, including the bottom. Okay. This is sitting on an IKEA cutting board. This is plastic or something. This is, of course, is a wooden bench desk, and sitting on a cement floor. So this little guy is the top electrode. He's just a piece of metal. That's probably from one of my blinds that I fixed. And I sharpened the tip, as you can see. And I attached that ribbon. This is copper ribbon with just a piece of silver tape. And this is modeler's. It's just clay. You can buy it at a craft store. And that's what I used to attach it to the side of the chamber. Makes it nice. It can withstand heat fairly well, and I can move it fairly easily. Okay, so that's the bottom, or that's the top. The bottom is just this little glass beaker that I've used for electrolysis of water. That's what all the debris is. But I have welded, or I've inserted 2 rods in there for my electrolysis experiment, and I just set that in there. I put my phone here, and then I take another alligator clip, which I've connected to another length of copper ribbon, and I just attach that to one of those electrodes. I was doing this because I was trying to recreate Jacob Gabel's experiment with the wine bottle, where he had craters exploding out of his wine bottle that he put under a vacuum. So this was my version of it. And I found the Lichtenberg patterns by accident by doing this. This is hard to get the camera in place and do this at the same time, okay? So we're going to put the lid on. And that still pulls a vacuum. It takes a little bit. But I got this from Harbor Freight, and it's just a Hercules pump. It's battery operated, so I can take this out wherever I want to go. But before I do that, the last thing I need to add is, of course, is the sand. Where did I get the sand? Is it special sand? Is it science sand? No, it's not. I went to my local park, and I found a volleyball court, a sand volleyball court that wasn't being used. And so I just grabbed a shovel and filled up a 5-gallon bucket. So this is whatever that sand the city used. And that's it. That's all I've got. The dusting at the bottom of the chamber was from the finer particulate matter parts of the sand just being blasted out. And I'll demonstrate that here in a minute by the vacuum reasserting itself in the chamber. And I'll show that here in a second. So this is all I did. I just filled this up, and my goal was to create an arc between those rods in the cup and this top rod here. That's all I was trying to do. And we'll move that rod down closer, even though that's not really a part of what we're doing here. Okay. Oh, now I ran out of hands, which actually really isn't important because, well, we'll see. Now, notice that there is some that looks like baking soda residue, so that's probably going to do exactly. That's probably going to form a Lichtenberg pattern right there without even drawing a vacuum and anything. So here's the power source. It is a neon sign transformer right there. There's all the specs. I don't know if the light is adjusting it, but the primary is 120 right there. Secondary, of course, is 12,000 volts right there. Okay, so I have, here's the two connectors, the outputs right here. So this red alligator clip, I'm just going to connect to this bottom electrode. We're going to try it. So that top electrode is not connected to anything right now. And we're going to see what happens just with that little bit of white powder. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I've been doing this for years and I still forget to plug it in. 3, 2, 1. Yep, it did it. You see that? Immediately blasted it away. But because it's so fine, you can't really see the Lichtenberg pattern forming. But that's just exploding in the dust. Oh no, you can start to see it. There's a little bit of the acrylic, of the energized acrylic right on the far side of it. But we're not going to settle for that. Okay, I'm going to draw a vacuum. You can see the vacuum is commencing. Oh wow, did you see that? Yeah, look at that. That Lichtenberg pattern is just splaying everywhere. But the curious thing is that's in a vacuum, and that is only passing through the space between the end of that screw and the bottom of the chamber. That's dark mode plasma. Has to be. So anyway, if we energize it again, we don't get anything. Now, here's where things get interesting. As I open that up, we get a lot of the finer material blasted onto the floor. So now, we're going to pull a vacuum again. Watch right underneath that screw. Right there. There it goes. The particulates are kind of big in this go around, but you can definitely see the Lichtenberg patterns forming. Right there. That's it.